Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Brandon Lester Fishing. Another beautiful winter day out here on the lake. We're gonna go crappie fishing again today. You know, it's been a really good winter so far. I've been catching a lot of good fish, so I want to get back out here and see if we can catch a few. We had a big rain system come through yesterday, so it's the first day after a front. Still a pretty stout north wind, about 10 to 15 miles per hour is supposed to be today, so we'll see what we can do. You know, the odds are kind of stacked against us, but I still think we can catch a few. So let's go see what we can do. Y'all stay tuned. There's one. That feels like a good one too. I mean, that feels like a big one. Yeah, that's a big one. Look at here, what a start, guys. Good gracious. Big old black nose. I mean, look good. Come here. Golly. Look at that big son of a gun. Well, that's a good one. We might have to weigh that one, see what that one weighs. First bite of the morning. That's a good way to start. I mean, I hadn't even shot the intro yet. Let's see what that one weighs. It's gonna be over 1 3/4 pounds. Pretty much promise you that. Wow. 209. 209. First bite of the morning. First good cast of the morning. Big old black nose crappie. God, that fish is pretty. Let's let her go. Back in there, girl. Well, that was cool. Get back in there and get another one. What I've got right here is some fish on a boat dock. Get back up here and get in position. We'll talk about conditions today and all that kind of thing. I'm going to show you all this school of fish because a lot of people have been asking to see what I'm seeing on the graph. So there's my active target. You can see under that dock, that school of crappie. They're setting anywhere from 5 foot all the way down to 14, 16 foot. Some bluegill mixed in there with them, but most of that is crappie. All right, let's talk about conditions today and my setup and all that good stuff. I got a same setup I've been using, 6 foot medium light action rod, 2500 size, Daiwa reel, 4 pound, vicious panfish mono, high vis obviously, and I'm using a 1/32 ounce jig head with a killer clat colored crappie magnet. It's a real natural looking color, real pretty color, and I've got there's one, a little small one there. I've got a little bit of chartreuse. I'll show y'all right here. Pretty little crappie. Got a little bit of chartreuse right here on the tail of that crappie magnet, just to give it a little bit of flash. Water temperature is about 54 this morning, 55. Yeah, it's about 55, right at 55. We had a huge rain event come through here yesterday, and I mean, it dumped a bunch of rain, so we're fishing under post-frontal conditions, no doubt, today, which is definitely not ideal, but guess what? They'll still bite. If y'all have learned one thing about me watching this channel, it's I don't choose my days when I go. I just go when I get a chance, and I think that's what fishing's all about. You just figure it out, adjust on the fly. That's how you become a better angler. There he is. That's another decent one. Yep. Another good black nose. Probably a 12-incher right there. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that crappie, but when you start with a 2-pounder, you get a little bit spoiled. I'm just shooting that jig as far as I can get it back in there. Counting it down to about 7 or 8 seconds and then just easing it back out. There he is. Y'all see that line jump? Thump. They biting this morning. For a post-frontal day, they are definitely biting. See, that's just a regular black crappie there. No stripe on his nose. Another dang good keeper. That's a pretty one. You know, one thing about boat docks that makes them so good when you get a big rain event like this is the fact that obviously on this lake we're going to be dealing with rising water for the next couple of days until they can get all that water under control. Because I'm telling you, yesterday it probably rained, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 inches just in a 24-hour period. So these fish on these docks are not as affected by, there's another one, they're not as affected by that rise in water, because obviously they're sitting under that dock suspended over deep water. Whereas if you were fishing for fish that were right up next to the bank, that rise in water affects them a lot more. Another good keeper. These son of a guns are biting this morning. There he is. As soon as I tightened up on my line, he thumped it. A good one too. Another good one. Pretty interesting what those crappie did right there. When I'm fishing docks for crappie, I don't necessarily watch my jig the whole time with active target like I do when I'm fishing brush piles. But what I use it for is when those fish move, I can tell where those fish, exactly where they move to, because a lot of times when you catch a few crappie out of a school, he's got a little sore on his back. When you catch a few crappie out of a school, it'll move that school, and that's what's happened right here. I caught 4 or 5 out from under those floats right there, out of that slot, and that school slid over to the left a little bit. So I made a shot in between that pontoon right there, or that lift pontoon and that dock, just like that. And that's where that crappie came from. There he is. Golly, that thumped the fire out of it. Thump. Another really nice fish. I'm not keeping any today. I've got plenty in the freezer, but if I was, be some good ones to keep, that's for sure. Boy, that little jig head is sticking around me. Pretty one. Probably 11 and a half incher. All right. We're gonna idle this line of docks right here, and one of these docks will have some fish on it. I know one of them will, and probably 2 or 3 of them will have several fish. But let's talk about how to get the most out of your unit. So I'm basically relying on side imaging for these to scan these docks, because I want to look back under those docks in the shade. That's where those fish are going to be. There's a few on that dock right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a full screen of side scan. Okay, now when I'm going down through here, the only way I need to look is to the right. I don't need what's out here to my left. I need what's over there to the right. So we're going to go to more options, view, right only. Now I've got a full 12-inch screen, or if you have a 9-inch screen or a 7-inch screen, of right hand side imaging. So I'm getting full detail of that whole screen right there of what's under that dock. See those dots? There's a few crappie under there, not many. The more there are under there, the easier they are to get to bite, because there's more competition. So keep that in mind also. But that's just one little trick that I like to do whenever I'm scanning. Now see, there's a pretty decent school on that dock right there. There's some bluegill. See those smaller dots? Those are bluegill, and then these bigger dots right here, those are your crappie. Now this next dock right here will have a bunch of them on it. There's a bunch of bluegill on a bunch of brush right there, those little bitty dots. There's probably a few little crappie mixed in with them. This dock right here typically has a big water crappie on it, so I should be able to show you guys. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Now that school gets fished for a lot, and they're real hard to get to bite, so I don't know that we'll even fish for those. We may move on to greener pastures, but that's what a big school of crappie looks like on a boat dock right there. That's what you want to see, those big pronounced dots. Those are definitely crappie. They're schooled up good. We may come back and try to fish for them here in a few minutes, but I just wanted to show you guys what I'm looking for and how to kind of maximize your screen. Especially if you have a smaller unit, this deal right here will help you out. You'll be able to see what you need to see. There he is. Color change got him. I had been throwing mermaid for a minute just to try something different. They would not touch that mermaid. They would just follow it and look at it. I went back to killer clat with the chartreuse tail. That son gun smoked it. Pretty one. Pretty black crappie. About a 12-incher. Good school of them under there. I'll show you guys this little school I'm looking at right here. See them sitting under that dock. I'll pan back and forth so you can see. I don't know, there's probably 15 or 20 of them under there, moving around a little bit. They were over there to the right. Now they moved over to the left just a little. There he is. First cast in a new hole. We got a good one too. Yep, that's a slab there. Come here, boy. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. He ain't that big. I mean, he's a good one. He ain't no 2-pounder. Probably a 1.75 pounds though, all of it. Another big black nose. Golly, that's a pretty fish. See you, buddy. Found me a new hole right here, and there's a pile of them in there. Y'all see them right down there on active target. That's what I would call a school, no doubt. They are right under that walkway right there. There he is. Thump. Another good one. Let's see if we can flip him. Golly, that's a good one. I mean, a thick one. There we go. You get them in that top lip, buddy. You got them. See ya. Yes. You get it in that school, you get a bite almost every time. Another big one. It has been a heck of a day if I don't catch another one. It's already been a heck of a day. Golly. Another slabberooski. Come here, boy. Good gracious. Those are the kinds you can't boat flip on 4-pound right there. Golly. What a fish. I think we're going to end it on that one right there. A big old black. I have caught 3 or 4 just absolute studs. What a day. All right, everybody, that's gonna wrap up another one, man. It was a really good day for the first day after a front. That was a big front that came through yesterday. Dumped a lot of rain. I checked a few places today where the water had dirtied up, and it kind of did affect it, but you know, as long as I stayed in that not too dirty water, I was able to get bit and caught some really big ones today. Caught that one definitely over 2 pounds, and caught several more in that 180 to 190 range, right at 2 pounds. So really good day, really fun day. They're still biting good. You know, the weather's not been great, but the fish are still biting good. So hopefully you guys are getting out and taking advantage of it. Hey, if you hadn't, hit that subscribe button. Your life does not change any, doesn't cost anything. Just it helps the channel grow, and that's what I want to see. I want to see the channel grow, and hopefully we'll get some more people out there and get some more people fishing. Got Christmas time coming up. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. Hopefully we'll drop another video before then, but appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.